Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and hope you guys can hear me well. Today we're actually going to get into a topic that I actually think is going to be very beneficial. It's going to be very different than what most people are used to hearing on a lot of channels that are, deal with pro men or giving positive advice. But this is a subject that I think had to be mentioned. I think it's going to really help the community of men. And it's something a lot of people don't think about. And that is some tips in regards to being a single father. I'm putting this out there because I was having a discussion with some family and friends not that long ago. And some of them who had gone through the path of being single dads and not getting, I guess you could say, their due share on their half of the situation. And I suggested some advice that actually was very helpful, went a long way, and I wanted to put that advice out to you guys. And so for all the strong men out there who are trying to be in their kids' lives, continue to do that, continue to put in that work, because it's definitely something that is needed. Don't think just because two parents split up, they don't need both parents in their life. And don't assume also that your works and your efforts as a dad to be into the picture is, not seen just because maybe, you don't end up getting as much feedback or, you see the progress the way you would want to see it. So first I want to start with, if you go through a separation or you've been through a separation already for however much time, don't give up on seeing your kid. If it's a situation where you and the mother of your child are not getting along and it's difficult for you to it's not being made easy for you to see your kid, whatever, don't give up. Put in that extra effort. Make sure you do that. That's number one. Don't at any point just say, I'm going to give up. They made it hard for me. Don't do that. But one thing to make it easier for you, and this kind of really goes down to if your kid is very young, somewhere in the age of, we'll say, below 5 years old, because if they get to the point of, say, 15, 16, I'm not going to say stop trying, but at the same time, you have to start when they're young. If you're a single dad and you have, say, a 1-bedroom apartment or 1-bedroom space, maybe you have a 2-bedroom, then obviously that 2nd bedroom is going to be for your kid, but if you have a 1-bedroom space, the first thing I'm suggesting to you is make that space their space. Set it up. For guys, that's not too hard. You can probably just make it a kind of a playful, man cave with younger kid stuff, maybe superheroes, like fictional characters, all this other kind of stuff, and make it feel like home for them. If it's a daughter that you have, make it feel like your daughter's room. I know it might seem weird because you're like, hey, I'm sleeping in this room. All you need that room for is sleeping. Other than that, dress it up to suit your daughter. Dress it up with pink stuff, dress it up with princess stuff. Have a bunch of shells with stuffed animals on it. You get the idea. Make them feel comfortable. So the days that they come to see you, whether it's just 2 days out of the week or maybe it's more, they feel like this is my room. I'm not visiting daddy. This is my home. This is my second room. I may live with mommy too, but this is my space. So it makes them feel like it's theirs. That's the first pointer. Secondly, make sure that when you do things like that or projects like that, building the room or even just going out, go and take them to the toy store, build things with them. You're going to do that room, the project of setting up their room, do it with them. Make sure that they have the experiences with you and things are just not automatically done. Do those experiences because the kids remember that. And this is all going to play an importance later on when I get later on into the video to discuss how this all comes full circle. In addition to that, obviously, take your kids out for experiences in terms of things like amusement parks, events, anything that you can do with them. Give them that time. Don't just say, okay, well, I have them for today, but I'm tired, so I'm just gonna sleep on the couch and put a video on for them. Take them out, interact with them, sit down on the floor with them, play with the toys. Make sure that they feel that that moment that they're with you is interactive and memorable. Now, all this comes around full circle because I don't know if you're one of the dads who's going to be trying to fight for custody for your kids. Maybe that's a battle you're in the middle of. Maybe it's a battle you fought, you didn't win it, or maybe you didn't try to fight for it. And that's fine. Whatever approach worked for you, there's nothing wrong with that. But all the things I just mentioned now is so when your child gets maybe around the age of 15 and you might say, hey, listen, do you want to live with me? It's not going to look out of the blue for them because they're going to feel like, well, I'm coming to share daddy's space. It's going to be like, this was my space all along, and I built this bond with my dad, so it's comfortable for me to make that transition. So that way, you can, if you want or need or require for them to then stay with you, it's a transition that you can make. And the reason why all this is important to really kind of conclude is that now, not all dads are perfect, not all moms are perfect. So this video is coming from the perspective of the dads who are really trying. If this is not for, women to come and comment on this video to say about all the dads that aren't trying, this is not for them or representing them. I mean, it's for them if they want to learn it and have a way to kind of come back. But if they aren't doing the thing, this is not for them. My point that I was going to get at is, you have some dads who might say, the mother of my children is maybe not doing the right thing, and maybe they're not pushing them to have a better life. Maybe they're not pushing them to go to college. Maybe they're just pushing them to sit at home and who knows, maybe babysit their other kids if they have other kids with someone else, or, whatever the case is, help them out at home, help them pay bills at home. And if the mother of your children is not like that, then this doesn't apply to them. But if there's any woman who's like that, sometimes the dads have to realize you have to save your kid's life. And it may not be so much in the aspect of I'm physically saving their life, but saving their future is the same thing. If you know that you are the go-getter type who, and if you've been watching my channel from earlier on, you know that we speak about things like investing for your future, investing for your kids, and we'll touch back on that in some future videos. But long story short, if you are looking to, if you're the kind of person who's like, I want to set up my kid for a better future, whether it's college, whether it's just, I want to put away money so when they're 30 years old, they can buy a home, they can buy investment homes. They're set up to where whatever path they take, they're ready, and then their grandkids are going to have it easier too. And you want every generation to be a little bit better. Sometimes you have to play the long game. And sometimes part of that long game is saying, well, they aren't living with me now, but I'll have their influence when they turn 18 years old by saying, hey, you can come live with me. And the only way that's going to transition smoothly is if throughout the whole way, you are making them feel comfortable with you, even if it was only 2 days out of the week. So I say that to wrap it all up, to come full circle, to say, put in that effort, put in that work, make it happen. For all the dads that are trying, don't give up, and really look at the long-term goal, because it is required of you for the longevity of your genes to save your kids if you know that they're in a situation where they're just stagnant and their life is not really going where it is that it should be going. And with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Be safe.